today I'm here to talk about my favorite sport, which is online dating. You might be thinking, that's not a sport, but let me assure you, it is. After all, most guys are only on there to play the field and maybe hit a home run. But girls aren't that much better. I mean, how did we get convinced that we might be able to find the one using an app? It's like, okay, I'm just going to order up an Uber. Okay, I'm just going to order up the one. It doesn't really make that much sense. So I've been online dating for about 6 years without that much success, unless you count free dinners, which is definitely a success. But since I'm up here on stage, that automatically qualifies me to give you advice. So I'm going to give you advice based on all my not success. Some advice that's really just based on nothing. So here's piece of advice number 1. Nothing on online dating profiles is true. For example, well-educated may mean went to high school. Big house may mean lives with parents. So I actually started making a translation dictionary for myself of what things on online dating profiles really mean. That's dictionary spelled D-I-C-K. Unfortunately, most of these examples I learned from my own experience, which I'm going to tell you about now. So I went out with a guy. On his profile it said he was an entrepreneur. I thought, great, I'm an entrepreneur too. We can be like Bill and Melinda Gates. Well, on our first date, we got to talking about one of the subjects that is, as a business person, is most sexually exciting to me. And that's graphs, business, revenue, that sort of thing. So he said his business was making $2,000 a month. I said, hey, split across 4 people, that's not so much. He said, oh, well, we make $9,000 a month from elsewhere. I said, oh, where's elsewhere? He said, a government grant. I said, I'd love to get a government grant for $9 grand a month. How do you do that? He goes, well, it's complicated. You see, it comes from the government, it goes to this one company, then we put this company, and then we put it back to that company. I said, oh, so you're money laundering from the government. He said, well, when you put it that way. So after I reported him to the government, we didn't have a second date. Just kidding, guys, I didn't report him. I just took him straight to jail. The second guy I went out with, he said he worked in the family business, wealth management. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool, managing wealth. So on our first date, he told me, you know, one of the best things about working in the family business is my mom fills the office fridge with sandwiches. That was a bit of a red flag. But I went out on a second date anyway. I mean, there's not that many cool guys on Tinder, right? So on our second date, he somehow realized that maybe he'd really never grown up or flown the nest. And that's how I realized that works in the family business could mean really has never actually become more than a child. So third guy I went out with, his profile said that he was a great cook, so I was pretty excited. And in fact, he made me a dinner. I showed up, there were roses, candles, and he asked me to change the music. So I went to his laptop, and I noticed a tab in the browser window that said, how to impress a girl with steak. And in the second tab, it said, how to blow a girl's pants off with steak. I mean, his steak wasn't really that mind-blowing. So I actually decided I'm creating an app, guys, and it's a translator that translates online dating profiles from what they say to what they really mean. So if someone's profile says entrepreneur with a big house and a big car, it actually says unemployed, lives with parents with a tiny dictionary. It's going to be the next Facebook, guys, and I'm actually raising a round of investment. And if any of you are interested, after the performance, feel free to come up and just hand me 20s and $100 bills. Unfortunately, I won't be able to provide a receipt. Thanks very much.